I can't think. What am I supposed to?
Hey, welcome to my channel, Convos with KIZZY B, where we're going to be talking about entertainment news, reality TV, relationships, etc., etc. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I'm going live or I drop a video. Tonight we're going to talk about R&B, the Queens of R&B, SWV, and XSCAPE. They new reality TV show. It's just 6 episodes, and we're on episode 3. So I wanted to review it. I'm gonna go kind of quick since we already on episode 3, and I'm also gonna talk about the Tamar and Kandi beef. Nothing but drama. But anyway, I am a Tamartian and I do love Kandi, so try to be non-biased in this review. But anywho. We'll start off with episode 1 on the Queens of R&B. It started off with them having a meeting about their tour, a possible tour. They're still like beefing, I guess, with XSCAPE really are, but SWV they kumbaya, but XSCAPE they have their little drama within their own group because they coming off the Las Vegas trip where they did the Soul Train Music Awards and the little shows that they did there. And so it was like drama with Tasha coming in as, you know, she had a different dress and all that. So her and Tamika got into it because it was a shooting or something where they all had to leave off stage. And Tamika and Kandi shared a room, and Tasha and Tiny shared a room. Kandi and Tamika couldn't get in their dressing room, and Tasha left. And so Tamika was upset, and when Tasha left, everybody left with them. Their security, the management, everybody left with them with Tasha. So Tamika was mad that everybody left. So they have our group text with all of the XSCAPE members and all of the management, their whole team. So Tamika sent the text in general to everybody about being pissed off about leaving. The only person responded was Tasha. So she responded, and so her and Tamika kind of had words. And Tamika was like, well, you know, y'all can kiss my butt or something to that effect. Well, she didn't say butt. So, and Tasha responded and said something. She can kiss her butt. And so Tamika was like, well, if you had an ASS to kiss.
Tasha feels like Tamika body shamed her in the text.
How?
Tamika said if you had an ass to kiss.
And so Tasha was mad about that, saying that Tamika was body shaming her. But anyway, fast forward, they hadn't talked in a month. So they had a meeting with SWV and the XSCAPE members to talk about how they wanted to do their possible tour. Tasha came in there with an attitude. Nothing got resolved. So fast forward to what I want to talk about is the mama called talking about Tasha because you know they are she came brought her daughter with her, but she's thinking her daughter would be like a buffer because she says that they always team up on her. So she got there, and you know they got to talking, and Tamika got upset because the mama, she was just in the middle of everything, and she whispered to Tasha saying that that Tamika was jealous. So you know they were just trying to make it seem like everything was all Tamika's fault, and that Tamika body shamed her, and Tamika was like, I would never body shame you, you know. She's like, I had surgery, you know, to try to correct the issues that she felt like was wrong with her after she had her 3rd child. So she's like, I would never body shame you. And she was just like, you know, it had to be more than that she had been just acting different and funny with her. She tried to talk to her before the cameras even started rolling, but she wouldn't talk to her up until the camera started. So they was just going back and forth or whatever. So Tamika got upset, and so Tamika hollered out that Tasha and her husband Rocky stole $30,000 from them.
When you and Rocky stole my money, Mama didn't say nothing. My checks were cashed in my sister's husband's account. I got evidence. You want to go to jail now? Because you can still go to jail. Over $30,000. Tamika, you wrong. Y'all cut the cameras off or you can get out of the house. You want to act?
And so the mama just got upset. She started to try to tell them to turn the cameras off, and she didn't want to talk about it. And Tamika was just like, she always show favoritism, and she always takes Tasha's side or whatever. So Tamika stormed out, and the mama, came behind her, and she was steady telling them to turn the cameras off. And she was just steady telling her mama, she did steal the money. Tasha sitting up there looking like a deer in headlights.
Tired. If you so tired, I'm tired. You should have come and talked to me. I've been talking to you about it. You know they stole my money. Ain't nobody stole it. You know they did. You know they did. You said acting like you don't know. Cut the camera.
And I believe Tamika, allegedly. Let me say allegedly, because I don't want nobody trying to sue me for my little coin. I don't have no coins like that. But anyway, so she allegedly.
Let's say allegedly.
Yes, let's say allegedly stole her money. But anyway, I don't know. When she said it, you can tell how the mama and Tasha looked like it was truth to it. And you can tell how the mama started hollering to shut the cameras off because she didn't want that to be aired. You can just tell, and you can just tell the emotion and you can just and mama talked about the royalties, and so she signed them up to get royalties, and everybody was getting royalty checks. So when Tiny Mom saw her, she was asking her, did you get, have you started getting your checks yet? And she just like, what check? She didn't know. And they allegedly saying that Rocky and Tasha changed their account numbers and was getting the money deposited to their account. And she saying allegedly that she just let it go. She didn't want to bother with it since it was her sister. And then the mama said, well, how you know she didn't need the money? So my thing is, you don't know what she was going through or something to that effect. But that was her money. But if it wasn't any money involved, any money stolen, then why would she even make that comment, in my opinion? So I do believe Tamika, I do believe that, allegedly, Rocky and Tasha deposited that girl royalty checks and spent them. And Tamika was just like, I needed my own money. I was pregnant at the time. My oldest daughter was in college. And then she said she didn't even tell her husband about it. Her husband was looking like, what's going on with the taxes, because she still had to pay taxes on that money. But, she a better one than me, because, my sister would have been locked up. Won't let me out. I'm sorry. $30,000, you just not going to steal that from me. I'm just sorry. I don't care who you is. But anywho, okay, that was the highlight of the first episode. The second episode is they continued on. They started off, with the scene from the episode 1. Tasha and her mom still talking or whatever. Well, they outside arguing or whatever. And she was just saying, Mama, you did. She stole my money. And you never say anything. You never take her side. And she just trying to make Tamika take it back. And she was just like, no, it's the truth. Or whatever. And so that was that, and Tasha still acting funny. She went to start talking about Kandi, saying that Kandi stopped her solo career. Kandi like, how I stopped your solo career? She's like, because she started acting funny, and everything. And they knew it was something. Then she came and said that she, wanted to do a solo career, go solo. And so, that's when Tiny and Kandi got together, was trying to figure out, where was they next move, since the group was gonna be allegedly breaking up possibly. And so Kandi was like, I wasn't responsible for, her, because she's saying that her album got shelved, and it's kind of funny that her album got shelved and never came out. and Kandi did, but Kandi was like, she was signed to So Def. I was signed to Columbia, so I ain't had nothing to do with that. So she should have just talked to Jermaine Dupri about why her album didn't come out. So they still beefing over something that happened 30 years ago. My thing is, Tasha, let it go. Okay? Please let it go. But anyway, so they still trying to get together and resolve whatever they have going on. So Tiny invited them over to her house to try to have some type of reconciliation and talk about the business. Because they were saying that their management, Candace said she never even talked to the management or whatever. The management team was quote unquote friends of Rocky and Tasha. So of course they favoring Rocky and Tasha instead of just the group as a whole. So, Kandi and Tiny was like, we need new management. Tasha coming in, still with her same attitude, saying that she didn't want to talk about anything until her and Tamika resolve what they got going on.
I'm gonna do this. We talking. Let's talk. Let's get everything out.
Because what we gotta talk about is my mama, and I'm not doing this in front of everybody.
Your mama?
I'm not doing this. Our mother.
And Tamika apologized for disrespecting her mama, which have nothing to do with XSCAPE. But so she didn't want to talk. She got up and left.
I mean, we really not done with the business though.
We need to talk.
We'll just wait for y'all to have y'all conversation, and then we'll try to come back together afterwards about possibly doing a show with SWV.
She went to her and her husband just doing a lot of stuff behind their backs instead of Tasha just being honest about her trying to go solo again. So she went and met with execs in Nashville about a possible gospel album and being signed to them possibly. XSCAPE don't know anything about the rest of her group members, so she's still keeping everything hush hush. So that kind of pretty much was the highlight of episode 2. Moving on to episode 3, which was this past Sunday, Tamika invited her mom over to talk to her mom and to apologize to her mom for possibly being disrespectful, which she said she don't feel like she was being disrespectful. She really wasn't hollering at her. It was just the emotions of what was going on and how the hurt that was coming out. But she said, she gonna invite her over, and she felt like she was being disrespectful to try to make things right with her mom. So she did, and she cooked, and they sat down and talked, and her mama came in there ready, like she was ready. And I do believe that her mama does show favoritism. And Tamika said that, and I was thinking the same thing, like maybe it was because, her mom and her dad divorced, and her mom was a stay-at-home mom. And when her mom and dad divorced, her mom had to get a job and started taking care of them herself. And I think she's resentful. So I felt like maybe if she is showing favoritism, that Tamika resembles something in her dad that her mom don't like. And I can relate to that, because even though parents say that they don't, some parents really do show favoritism. And it's okay to have a favorite, but when you have a favorite to the point where the child know and the child feel it, it's a problem. But and I know parents low-key have a favorite child, whether they might say it or not, but it means don't show it. But anyway, that triggered something in me when I just felt and understood where Tamika was coming from. But her and her mom talked, and she let her mom know. She had told her mom, like in the first episode, that she wasn't the 5th member of XSCAPE, and that she always inserted herself in, I guess, in XSCAPE's business. So her mama held on to that thought to episode 3, because her mama like, I am the 5th member of XSCAPE. I mean, I was the one who was putting that mic in y'all hands, making sure that y'all was singing and going to rehearsals and things like that. So her mama feel like she the silent member of XSCAPE. No, Mama G. No, you're not. You're not a part of XSCAPE at all.
I am the 5th member. How about that?
But you can feel how you want to feel. But anyway, her mom talked, and she told her mom, and I'm glad she finally stood her ground, and she told her mom that, if all that was, she told her mom that she felt like she was showing favoritism. And she told her mom that if she that if she didn't stop, that she was just gonna have to bag up. And so when she told her mom that, her mom made her look at her and she said, she apologized to her and they cried and they hugged it out. And a lot of people felt like, that was so good. But to me, apology is okay, but I need change behavior. Like, it's good to get an apology, but you need to really feel where that person is coming from, especially your child. You need to really feel and understand where they're coming from. Those tears were good for that moment, but I just feel like it's still going to be the same way with between Tamika and Tasha. I think she's still going to do them the same way. I just really do. I'm praying that it's different, but I don't know. I guess we'll see as the show goes on, but I don't know. So fast forward to Tasha was still in Nashville. She met up with Taj from SWV. And Taj was just like, what's going on? Because, they trying to get to the music, get to the money, and honor their 30 year, being in 30 years, being in the business. So, and she was just like, what's going on with you and your sister? She told her that, well, she body shamed me, and Taj was just like, I know y'all ain't beefing over a booty, but she was just like, because I've always had the smaller butt. And she was just like, no, it's more than that. She disrespected my mom. And she was just like, no, it got to be something deeper than what you're saying. And she's like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. I don't know why she's lying. And you can tell she's lying. And you can tell that every scene she coming there with an attitude. And you can tell that Rocky she just like his puppet. He just in the back just telling her what to do, what to say, and how to act. And that's just like, I don't know, he just give out controlling, narcissistic vibes to me. So, I don't know. But anyway, it's giving off real Ike and Tina. But anywho, on to the next. So Tasha told Taj that she had a possible record deal. And that's why she was there. And so Taj was like, so you leaving the group? And so she really, didn't answer. So next scene, Taj and Kandi meet up at Kandi's house. Taj told Kandi that she seen Tasha in Nashville and she was there to meet with his ex about, she was shopping a record deal. And so Kandi's like, it's the same thing happened 30 years ago. It's just like pretty much deja vu. It's the same thing she did back then, when she had some other option. She started acting funny with them and treating them differently instead of just being honest, saying this is what it is. And Candice like, we've all done, different things. So it's no need for you to try to hide it. I went and, done movies, plays, my own record. Tiny's done her own record. They both doing reality TV shows. So they all doing other things outside of the group. So why is she keeping it a secret? So they fast forward, they meet up. So Taj was just like, well, if she's not gonna do it, we can just move forward with just the three of y'all. And so we just gonna meet up. So if she come, and I guess if she don't, she don't. So SWV was preparing for a concert and they was at rehearsal, so they all met up there. And they was talking about, how that one show was gonna be, because they was gonna try to think about doing one show and see how that goes, and then go try to see about a tour. And so the management was saying that, Kandi was like, Kandi a business person, she bought her coins. She was just like, well, how is this gonna go if who's gonna be like the headliner? And so SWV was like, well, their management was there, and they was just like, we're gonna co-headline. So Kandi was like, well, how is the billing gonna go? Because, Kandi was like, they've been headlining their tour since they've been back for the past 6 years. And billing goes different. Who comes on first, who name, I guess who name is bigger, all that comes into effect, is a factor. And so, they all was looking like, what? Where is this coming from? And so Kandi was like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but, this just the business part of it. So Lee got up, walked out, got behind, y'all was mad, and just, I was the business. So yeah, Coco was like, she ain't opening up for them. They just sold 30 million records. I don't know pretty much where Coco get that from. They have sold a lot of records, but 30 million, that was a stretch. I googled it. They sold probably about 11 million, and then XSCAPE probably about 7 million. They have sold more records, but 30 million, nah, I think she threw that number out her head. But that was cute though. I understood where she was coming from. So they got all like frustrated about that and mad about that. SWV feel disrespected, but XSCAPE was just like, no, we're not disrespecting you. She said, but if from the business perspective, if you start allowing the promoters to give you a certain amount, that's how they'll start booking you, trying to lowball you, and they not trying to be lowball. And she said she ain't trying to be funny, and she ain't trying to tell what SWV price is. She said, but XSCAPE's is like 3 or 4 times more. And she said she don't think that that's fair for them to be splitting the money, because if they splitting the money, then it's like when they start booking other shows, the promoter's gonna start trying to lowball them. And she said it's all about setting precedents. I don't know. I'm not in the music industry. I don't know what she's saying, but Kandi is a boss. She have businesses upon businesses. So I agree with what she's saying. I'm about my coin too, and I wouldn't want to be lowballed either. But then I understand where SWV come in at too, because they feel like they've been around for a long time. They have sold more records. But Tiny and Kandi is like, it's not about record sales, it's about ticket sales right now. And they were just like, our name is gonna sell more tickets. We have more followers by us being on reality TV. We have millions of followers together, and our name is gonna sell more tickets than their name. Not to be disrespectful, but they felt disrespected, and I can understand where they came from. But business is business, and Kandi was like, I don't see what the problem is, because they have opened up for us before. So what's the problem now? For SWV coming up, they coming in like, this has never been done before. 2 girl groups. It's been 30 years. We doing it for the culture. We doing it for the fans. And like, yeah, we are, but I want my money. So I don't know how that's gonna go. So that's pretty much how it ended. So I know it's gonna start off with that Sunday. It comes on Sunday nights at 7 Central and 8 Eastern. So, and it's a pretty good show. It's only 6 episodes. So far so good. XSCAPE got so much drama, it's ridiculous. And it's all stemming from Tasha. So I kind of believe everything that they were saying, how everything used to be back in the day. Even Tamika was just like, I'm grown now. She said, I used to be ride or die for my sister. She's like, but now, Tamika's like, I guess she's like, I gotta, I have a family. So I gotta think about my coins. I can't just go do everything Tasha say anymore. And she started standing up for herself, and she was just like, y'all know I even went against the group. And Kandi was just like in shock by her saying all of this. Because she, that's something Kandi been saying for a long time. How her and Tasha, get into it, it comes to against her, and it started being her, Tasha, and Tamika. Because of course Tamika gonna stand up for her sister. But Tamika's just like, I gotta stick up for myself and what's best for me now. So they still going on tour with the 3 of them. I don't know how it's gonna end up, but I'm going to keep watching, and I will be doing another review because I really like this show. So you all should tune in and watch the Queens of R&B with SWV and XSCAPE on Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's move on to Tamar and Kandi drama. Okay, so let me see where it stems from. It stems from back when, and it's been some years ago, back when Tamar was on the Real, and it was a question that came up about Carlos King about the case without their, and so Tamar, she didn't So, in so many words that she didn't believe that she was. So that made Kandi mad. Anybody know Kandi or anybody watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta or just watch Kandi on her YouTube, speak on it or anything, you will know Kandi get upset with you. Kandi gonna hold a grudge. Kandi is a Taurus and they hold it. Baby, they hold it for dear life. So, fast forward, at a concert, Tamar said, allegedly, Tamar said that she came up to speak to Kandi, and Kandi said, I don't F with you. And so, I guess they got into it or whatever. And so, Todd, which is Candy's husband, came up to get Kandi, I guess, or to break them up, and looked at her and said, y'all know what, you know what it is. So, Tamar is saying that, I guess, that they tried to jump on her. She got on, and anybody knows Tamar is drama. She got on social media and was saying that one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta and their husband tried to fight her. So, fast forward to this past Sunday, Tamar was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and one of the viewers asked Tamar a question and asked her who was the Real Housewife of Atlanta star that tried to jump on her. So Andy was like, well, I thought it was even her husband. And so Tamar was like, no, it wasn't her. And so they named somebody else, and then Andy said Kandi and Todd. So Tamar started sipping her drink real hard, as if to say, yeah, it was them. And so then, of course, that's going to put social media on fire on Beyonce internet. And so, next thing you know, Tamar said something. Kandi chimed in. It was like she always playing the victim. And when she said that, Tamar got triggered. And in Tamar fashion, when people go low with her, Tamar go to hell. Tamar done called her a non-singing Billy Goat. That was funny, I ain't gonna lie. But she was wrong for that. She had to say that. But anywho, she done talked about the child. So of course Kandi, she hadn't responded yet. But anyway, if y'all watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, or if y'all watch that show, y'all know the rapper Akbar. Akbar is Kandi's cousin. And I was waiting on this to happen. So Akbar chimed in. It was just like calling Tamar auntie and pretty much telling Tamar, this ain't what you want. You ain't finna be talked by her cousin. I didn't see exactly what she said. I think I pulled it up. But so they going back and forth, and Tamar trying to say, I've changed, but that was just triggering for me. Tamar, you ain't changed at all. Oh yeah, Akbar say, Miss Braxton, I love your voice, but you out of pocket. It's like they was disagreeing with their group on that show, then boom, you won't smoke with Kandi. I doubt Todd said something to you, cause he barely say anything. Chill, auntie, it's so petty. If you don't like Kandi, just say that, cause my cousin ain't looking for new friends. You just came out of the blue with this, and it happened so long ago. That's all I'm saying, Miss Braxton. So, everybody know Akbar, she don't hold back to what she want to say. And she said something to Lele Lyons, because Lele from SWV said something about Kandi as well, because they feel a little, like I said, a little hot from Kandi saying, pretty much making them feel like they was less than. But anyway, so Tamar and Kandi, I don't know how that's gonna end, but Tamar don't let nothing go. She gonna light the internet on fire with her comments. Kandi, she'll go back and forth in a little bit, but not much. Kandi she'll be to turn this up into some type of money making deal. Cause anytime anybody say anything to her, she turned into some type of way to make some coins. Because even on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, somebody Marlo told her that a lot of people didn't know her, and so Kandi was like, B, I'm worldwide. Next thing you know, she had t-shirts selling them. So one thing about Kandi, whether or not she sound like a Billy Goat or not, she gonna turn that into some type of money making deal. What I've learned and researched and by watching her, she about her money. Whatever she touched seemed like it turned to gold. But anyway, Tamar, let it go. You always try to play the victim. I don't understand why she gets stuff started and just be like, oh my God, it wasn't me, it was them. No, it was you. And I just don't believe Todd said anything. And if he said that I mean, if you felt like that was a threat, then I don't know. But he apologized for it. I don't even know if it was a thing. You made it a thing, and then you didn't even have to answer the viewer question. You could have just let it go. You didn't even have to do anything to insinuate it was them. So you started all this drama. I guess maybe because you got an album coming out and you just released one of your songs, or because you're on a little dating TV show on Peacock. I don't know what it is, but let it go. Let it go. You always beefing with somebody. I thank you all for tuning in. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. Drop down in the comments and let me know also what y'all want to talk about. Give me some ideas and let's talk about it. We're going to converse about all type of things. Probably come live probably Thursday. We can talk about some relationship stuff. That's always interesting, especially when they talking about the modern woman. I definitely want to talk about that because I'm sick of these guys trying to tell us about us and how we need to act and all that, how we should be, how we should dress, how we should talk, this, that, and the third. We need to get into it because, ladies, we can't back down to these men because they talk about us, but they still be in our DMs. What? And as I'm going to always say, y'all pray with me. Don't play with me.